Mickey Mouse and stuff like that. I don't know how to do that. So I might as well just read horror stories. Go ahead, grab your pillow, grab your blanket, put on your headphones. I don't know what the headphones to get comfortable when you're sleeping, but do what you gotta do to go to sleep because be ready to go to sleep. I'm just gonna read some horror stories for you guys, alright? Just gonna read some good horror stories. My bad. That was too loud, Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is that better? Okay. My mother used to say that houses are alive. She wasn't wrong. I moved back into my mother's house 2 months ago. It wasn't part of the plan. The plan was to rent somewhere small, get my bearings again after she died, and maybe try to rebuild the pieces of my life that fell apart with her. But when I went to collect her things, I couldn't leave. There's something about the house, something that felt like unfinished business. It's the same old two-story I grew up in. White siding, creaky boards, the faint smell of dust and lavender. My mother loved that smell. She said it calmed the house down. Even as a kid, though I never felt calm here, I used to hear the walls make noises when I was alone. Little groans, sighs, a kind of hum when I cried. She laughed and said, "Old houses settle, Clara. They creak because they're alive in their own way." I thought she meant it metaphorically. I don't anymore. The first few nights back were normal enough. Lonely, yes. Too quiet. I couldn't sleep in my own bedroom. It still had these faint outlines on the wall from where I taped up posters, like ghosts of teenage years I'd rather forget. So I took my mother's room instead. Her perfume lingered on the curtains, and the bed still dipped on her side as if she only just gotten up. I started cleaning during the day, sorting through her things, trying to make the place feel like mine. That's when it started. Small things I told myself were coincidence. One afternoon I caught myself thinking this dresser would look better by the window. The next morning it was. I laughed it off, assuming I'd moved it and forgotten. But then it happened again. I was reaching for the hallway switch, but the switch wasn't there. Instead I was on the other wall, where my hand hesitated a moment before. My stomach dropped, like missing a step on the stairs. I told myself, misremembering, that grief makes people fuzzy. That night I walked to the house taking pictures of the layout, of where everything was so I could prove to myself it wasn't moving. The next day, the photos didn't match. It was dramatic, not at first. Doors an inch off, stair count one higher, the kitchen window slightly taller. I thought maybe I was going insane. I misscheduled an appointment with a therapist, but then the house started helping me. When I think about coffee, I find a mug already waiting on the counter. When I feel cold, the heat would hum to life without me touching the thermostat. One night, I couldn't find my phone. I whispered, "Where did I leave it?" And the bedroom light flickered, like a nod. I found it glowing on the nightstand. It felt like the house cared. It was subtle, intimate, almost paternal, like it wanted to take care of me the way she used to. I told myself that was comforting, but comfort doesn't last here. The first time I got angry, I felt it breathe. I was trying to open the jam drawer, my mom's old jewelry box, the one with music that never worked, and it wouldn't budge. I yanked harder, muttering under my breath, "For God's sake, open!" Even every door in the house slammed at once. said it was for storage, though I don't even remember her storing anything. Last week, I was sitting in the living room when I heard something move beneath the floorboards. Slow, deliberate, like something jerking furniture. I froze. Then I heard a whisper. Come see what I've made for you. It was my mother's voice. I wanted to run, but the hallways had already shifted. The front door was gone. Only one door remained open. The basement. I don't remember walking down the stairs. I just remember the smell. Wet earth, lavender, and something metallic underneath. The basement was larger than it should have been. The floor sloped downward, the walls bending in an impossible curse. The wallpaper from upstairs blended the concrete, as though the house was growing downward. At the center was a new door, one I'd never seen. It was painted white but wet, like the paint hadn't dried. I touched it and the door breathed. The wood expanded against my palm, warm and pulsing. I stepped back, trembling. The whisper came again, closer this time. You've been thinking so loudly, Clara. We only wanted to help. I screamed and ran back upstairs, but they wouldn't end. The steps kept repeating, looping like an optical illusion. The house was floating in on herself, reconfiguring. Every thought I had became a direction. Don't close in. The ceiling's closer. Don't look me in. The door vanished. Stop, stop. The walls pulsed harder and almost shuddering. I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in bed. Morning light flickered through the curtains. Everything normal again. The furniture in its place. For a while, I convinced myself it had been a nightmare. Until I saw the note on my dresser. My mom's handwriting. Don't leave again. The house gets lonely. The note was written on the wallpaper that matched the basement. I tried leaving. Every time I packed my bag, something goes wrong. The tires deflate. The front door locks itself. My phone refuses to dial anyone but Mom, and she answers. Sometimes I hear her humming through the vents at night, the same lullaby she sang when I was small. Sometimes I smell that lavender perfume, and the walls ripple softly as if please. I think the house is keeping me safe. No, I think it's keeping me. Because last night I dreamt of the white door again. I could hear breathing on the other side, slow, steady, in secret mind. When I woke up, there was a new door in the hallway. This red one, wet, waiting. I think it wants me to become part of it. Maybe that's what happened to her. Maybe that's why the house always felt alive. If anyone's reading this know anything about auto homes, foundation that shifts, blueprints that don't take us, please tell me if this is possible. Tell me there's a reason. Because I looked at property records. This house has stood here since 1913. It's been sold 16 times. Every owner listed as deceased on property. But there's one detail that makes my skin crawl. Each record lists a different floor plan, and the most recent one, the one dated this year, has a new room added, a bedroom with my name on it. Wow, that was a beautiful story. Really beautiful story. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. Good to you. 4 days ago. David underscore Hollow. Go ahead and check him out. That was actually a really good horror story. So it's uppercase David underscore uppercase HALLOW. That's a really good story there. It's fiction though, so good thing on that. House is alive. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes were watering. I'm not gonna lie, some of them. I wanted to stop and talk, but I couldn't because I know it's ASMRs. But really good one. I like it. Maybe I keep on doing this if you guys want. Just reading some horror stories inside the dark. Well, a little bit of dark, but just this environment and stuff like that. Anyways, story. I like the story. I like it. The house, it explained it good. Used words or vivid words I can imagine. Had a good plot with it. That house would be so scary. Imagine like every single time you're thinking of something, or no, every single time like you react. Now the house is adapting to you. Now it's anticipating, like I said, it's anticipating her. So every single thing she does or tries to does, it happens. And the more she is, it seems like the house starts to become her because it's able to understand her thoughts. Now everything's in sync with her. She's hearing the door stop. No, I think I noticed it. the more she stays at the house, the more the house is like living. But then I don't think it's the more that's the more the house living. I think it's the more that the house is absorbing her and making her the house, or making her a part of the house, taking her soul or something. Because her being able to, later on in the story, her being able to like feel the pulsing, feeling like the house, being able to like hear her thoughts. She doesn't becoming a part of the house, and that's really scary. But go back to the title, my bad. That's my mother used to say the houses are alive. She wasn't wrong. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a good day or good night. Ain't nothing more to say. That was a good story. If you guys want more of this, make sure to like and subscribe. And have a great night. Malachi out. And I'm about to hit the record. Peace.